No, bruv. Take out the tick, bruv. Just leave the talk, bruv. It's time to talk, bruv. That OT cows.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? You already know what it is. It's your boy J Creole once again. I'm back with a brand new edition of that OT couch. You know what it is, like, it's that talk. It's been a long time I said talk. You know, it's about that talk. And today we have with us, you know what I mean, a very special guest. We're doing that one-on-one OT couch with a very special guest, you know what I mean. This young man been trying to put his stamps in the city of Ottawa, you know, but he came from Windsor, Ontario, and he's been doing his thing out here in the city, you know what I mean, trying to get, like, you know, heights and bring, like, you know, that vibe and that superstardom that we need, like, you know, that we crave in the city of Ottawa, you dig? So he's been working pretty hard, and he's a young man I have a lot of respect for, you know, as he came up from like a lot of situation. You know what I'm saying? So without further chat, let's give a warm welcome to Dee-Tee.
Yo, how's it going?
What's going on, Dee-Tee? What's up, man?
Life's getting better, you know?
Life is getting better.
It's getting better.
What do you mean? Life ain't good? Well, life ain't good before?
No, not last year, this year.
Oh, this year life getting better. Oh,
Yeah.
so pretty much now you getting your life, like, you know, like together and shit like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, with the music thing.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what's up. So like, I mean, as a musician, obviously, you know, there's a lot of music's allowed us to express ourselves through. You know what I mean? It's an art, but it's also like expression, you feel me? Because through music, we can tell people, like, you know, a lot of feelings, a lot of how we feel and all that stuff. So, like, I see you start the interview, usually ask people, like, okay, like, where when you start music, where you from and all that stuff, because you bring it as far as, like, okay, well, I'm getting better. So, like, we're just gonna go straight to that question, like, you know what I mean? So, what does where was what situation or what stage were you in before, like, you know, you get into the music?
I was living in a group home. Yeah, I got kicked out of my house.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I was living with my dad, but no, our relationship, you know, it's better now. Talking a lot. You know?
Yeah.
He's trying to help me find a location for a music video we're doing soon in the summer.
That's good. So happy to hear that you building a relationship with your father. That's very important. Yeah. So pretty much you came from far. Your life was on a rough stage. And what made you start music? Like from being in that rough environment and say, like, okay, well, I'm going to embrace this music thing, this art.
Well, since I was little, my whole life, I used to live with my mother in Windsor for my whole life, and I didn't know my dad because he lived over here, and that's why I moved here to get to know him. And so my mom, her whole life, since she was 4 years old, she's been singing in, like, local bars and stuff because her mother did it. And, you know, I always saw it, like, I was a very musical family for sure. She loves to sing. Her husband, they sing all the time. They play instruments, you know, it's great. They have, like, bands and gigs and stuff. And I was never really sure what I really wanted to do. I want to do everything, you know, at least once. Like, I love to sing. I've been singing longer than I was rapping. I started rapping. I started realizing I was good when I was in grade 7. This was when Eminem released Rap God, that song, crazy fast, 6 minutes long. And this kid in my class, he was trying to learn it to impress some other kids, and I was like, you know what, that'd be really cool if I could learn that. And so I studied the lyrics. It took me, like, it was the first song I ever tried to learn, and it was the hardest by far. It took me 3 months to fully master it in memory, and I still know it to this day. I can do it all. And that's kind of how it started. I started performing, like, trying to impress kids in, like, my class and stuff. I remember I was living in Armprior when I moved with my dad, and I started performing in the cafeteria. And then all the tables in the cafeteria were calling me, like, yo, come to this one, come to that one. And it kind of became a thing. And I was like, damn, you know, what if I started, like, making some original stuff now, you know? And now I thought, so then I was moving so got kicked out of my dad's house for a lot of shit. And then I go to Ridgemont High School, which is where I met KG Jay. I met him at an audition for a talent show because, like I said, I wanted to start doing things more. And first thing he was giving me input on how to better my performance. He says, I liked it. You could also do this. And I was like, you know what? He's right. I could do that. So I was like, damn. And I realized that he was doing shit too. And I was like, and he told me about this studio. And I was like, I'm gonna write this track, and I want you to be on it, called This Life. And he's like, yeah, let's do it. And that's basically how all this started.
Oh wow, that's so you went from I can say like you went from like a really tough place in your life and try to change all that to something positive. Does your music reflect your your life? Do you actually put your private how like every situation and stuff like you live in your music, or is it the music is it the variety of different things?
I try to do everything. In my new project coming out next week, I do talk a lot about my personal life, and I even go as far as sending a message to everybody, like just trying to put it all at peace.
Okay, so but how does it feel for an artist to like don't you so do you think people like actually really more to you? Is it really tough actually? Me, I would have found it tough for myself. There's certain things like I would not want less like the world to know about my story. So what makes it like easy? I wouldn't say easy, but what makes it like comfortable for you to tell like actually your private like your story like and all that to the world?
So I've there was a time where I had written a diss track towards my own father, and I was convinced that I was going to release it to the world, and I was very impulsive on it, and I realize now that it was a really good thing that I didn't do that, because that's out there forever, and that's never gonna disappear. So there's always gonna be like a part of our relationship that could never heal.
But what makes it like what I mean is like what. Like I mean, for myself, like as an artist, like I'm an artist as well, like podcaster and artist. My music now is reflecting a lot of things that I do, but also there's like part of my music, like certain things, like let's say like some private things, like that, like what I mean that. Certain tough times. I'll tell people like, yeah, it's been tough, but I will not tell them like what the tough thing is. Yeah. But I see that it's easy for you to. Now I wouldn't say easy, but. I found it like it's almost like you feel like it's like a refuge to release your music and say like exactly how you feel and how your life been. So is that something that's hard for you, or is it like difficult? How do you find that?
It's my feelings on it tend to be mixed. So obviously I won't give out every single detail. I'll give out what counts. But at the end of the day, I usually find myself comfortable telling people about my story and the personal details, because I'm hoping that, I'm guessing that the crowd of people that this music will attract are people that are looking for someone to relate to and looking for something that they can be like, I know exactly how this guy feels.
Oh, so I
want to help people.
So you just like pretty much putting your story out there and hoping like, and not hoping, but knowing that there's people like out there that is going through the same thing.
Absolutely.
Well, yeah. In that case, I definitely understand, because there's probably a lot of people that been. I know like a couple of people myself that been to. To the group homes and different things and different. I never been to that stage, but I can tell you there's part I probably been to tough things as well. So in that way, I understand. Tell me, like, how does? Because I never asked anybody that question since you bring it. How does that system work? The group home like system and foster home, and how does it, like, since you've been there? Tell me how does that work?
So. The group home I went to is, like, a lot of people, we hear horror stories about how horrible like group homes and stuff are, right? Mine,
I actually don't know how horrible and how good they are, because I don't really know about that. So I'm trying to find the experience. Well, now I found out some people find it horrible, so I didn't know.
Before I went, like, all my family
people were telling
me,
you,
like it's gonna be like a shit show. It's gonna be awful.
Okay.
And so turns out the group home that I got into was kind of like a new type of group home. It was one that was made to be better than those other ones.
So you got fortunate. You were fortunate.
Very. And like I could tell you there were a few close calls that in my time living there where I almost could have gone to the horrible ones that are like prisons. Like I could tell you this one place called I think it's called it's called Mary's. So it's a group home kind of out in the county. It's out there so kids can't escape.
So it's like prison.
Pretty much, yeah. There's bars in the windows.
God damn, I never knew shit like that existed.
Yeah.
So when kids, so you telling me like when kids is having a bad at home, like in their situation and stuff, there's a chance they might go to a place that's like supposed to like help them kind of like figure out shit, but it's like it's more like based like a let's say like a tin, like in the States they have like prison for like young people and stuff like that. So not all of them, I'm sure, like, but you say some of them are like that.
So somebody from Children's Aid Society once tried to explain to me that basically if you're not in care previously, so like say there's just bad things going on in your family or where you live, you're a good person, you're not in any trouble of any kind, they would look for a foster home before anything else, because even there are a lot of bad foster homes too. It seems I lucked out again, so I'm forever grateful.
Yeah.
But so like if you have like say behavioral issues, for example, and a large part of the problem in your living situation is you, then group homes are the first thing they look for. In this case, that was my case. So
like you wasn't considered what to call like a let's say like a good kid.
No.
So would you say like your problems that with your parents or like with your came like let's say like from you, it's not as much as like you as much as like your parents? Who would you consider, like if you're looking at it right, like now as you growing up and then doing the things that you do, would you say like you had like as much with it, or like what was
I don't want to put all the blame on one person.
On one person.
I'm very open to, I take responsibility for like who I've been for most of my life, but I also understand that a huge part of that person that I was and that a lot of me still is from lack of having a good like upbringing.
Okay, I understand. So you think like because you say your father was there, you think that was a part of it?
Yes. But and like there's different stories of how everything went down on every side, I'll never know, like I don't think I'll ever know exactly what happened, but I can say for sure that one way or another I think everybody is to blame. Well,
all I can tell you is like I'm glad like you took all that and turned it to something, something, and try to make something positive about it, and try to give the people that been in your situation, like your situation, what I mean, give them something to look up to and all that. So now, well, I want to get back to the music, you know what I mean, because that's what we came here for. Yeah. So you got a project coming up.
Yeah, it's my debut EP called Priorities.
So well, I'm gonna have to take a break from that. When we come back, we're gonna talk about it.
All right.
But we are going to take a little break and go to a music video. Soon, when we come back, we're gonna get our priorities straight with Dee-Tee. All right. Oh, easy.
OT goes gets the bag, nigga. Boy shots in the building. Pull up to your block, get the bag, nigga. We get the bag. I've been getting bad since a young nigga. Shorty hit you up when I'm done with her. Thought that you was special, you a dumb nigga. Youngins playing Fortnite, crushing breezes, and they dumb niggas. I've been getting bad since a youngin'. Bitches tryna fix up cause they see the labels coming. Yeah, niggas mad and I love it. Molly's making money so you know these bitches love it.
Yo, fam, man.
My niggas, where you niggas at?
Yo, we're in the 6th right now. We just finished with Archie. Why? What's going on?
Yo, who you niggas with though?
Yo, fam, I'm with Reese. Like, what's good, bro? I'm with my nigga too. Like, what's going on? What's happening? What are you dealing with?
Yo, some gazy shit just happened. I got the drop on the nigga. I need you guys back right now.
Oh shit. So it's like that, eh? They say less.
I can't say much on the phone. Just pull up.
Nigga better pray to God I don't fucking fly them 20 deep with my niggas and we fucking riding. Black hoodie, black mask when my niggas sliding. Gunshots, man down, all you hear is sirens.
I was paid to hit some niggas in their face. Locked up in a cage, it's my opposition's face. Cause when I catch a case is when I catch you in the chase. How they do the race while I put you through a fucking maze. I see niggas change for guap just to get a bit of change. My niggas stay the same.
That OT cows.
Welcome back to that OT couch. You already know what it is. It's your boy J Creole. I got Dee-Tee with me, and we are about to get our priorities straight. You know what I'm saying? Yo, Dee-Tee, new EP priorities coming out in
1 week.
Oh shit! In exactly 1 week. Like this project, like how long you been working on it?
A year.
A year.
Yeah.
Wow. Since you met her,
since before this.
Yeah.
Written.
So you were actually working on a project before you actually start doing music.
Yeah. So I met him in April, or sorry, I met him in March.
Last year.
And I started writing the project in April because I had this keyboard. I came up with this little piano riff, and I was like, "Yo, that could be something." And that ended up being one of the songs that's on the EP.
Oh wow, that's proper. So pretty much you took a year to wrap up the whole project. But did you record in studios before? Was that your first time recording? Because you said you want to do a project, but like, was that your first time recording when you came to the studio?
It was, yeah.
So, what like I'm saying, like, what experience did you gain from like actually as an artist from doing this project? Because you just did your first song, and even from a first song to like a full project. Yeah, what experience? Like I'm saying, like what experience did you get from that?
Well, I mean, like, so when I first came in, when I was first in the booth, I was like, oh, this is really cool. Like, I'd never I was like, so this is what it's like, to record. And like, I thought it was so cool. I thought that was like, yo, that program that he's using is everything was just so surreal. I never thought that I'd end up in a studio.
So at least you pretty much you enjoyed the experience and also like, but I mean, was that you always on your mind to just come up with a full project, or did you say I'm gonna get my feet wet and record a song and see where I'm gonna go, or like that was always like from the jump, like I'm gonna put my feeling on one project and then like say everything that I want to put out to the world? So
what exactly do you mean?
Like, I mean, like, you told me like you start thinking of this project, you wanted to record it even before you recorded your first song. So
yes,
were you always like kind of like, okay, like automatically project, or were you like wanted to get your feet wet, you know what I'm saying, and see where it goes before you go, or you just like automatically I'm going in? Some people like before they go, like let's say like record projects,
they drop a single, right?
They drop singles and then they keep testing the market to see like when they do project. But you went straight to it. That's what the question is. It's like what make you go straight into it, and were you thinking like even before you go in, that's exactly what you were gonna do? So
I kind of had a plan all along, kind of, and it's been growing over time. But initially the plan was I'm gonna make a single. I'm gonna have KG Jay on it. It's gonna be a really hype single because I want to get people's attention for my first thing ever. And I think it really fucking worked.
So the plan was to like drop something and then go straight to the project.
Just drop something and then promise the project.
I guess that's different. Like I know a lot of people try to build a fan base before they go. But that's different. Hopefully, like that thing go through. You know what I mean? So you saying the project coming in a week? When exactly?
Like what time?
I'm saying when the date.
Oh, yeah. It's coming out on.
This guy's talking about date. It's coming out at 5:30. Like 5:30, like in a week.
It's Friday, April 19th. It's coming out Good Friday. It's a Good Friday to drop a track. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he's gonna drop it on Good Friday at 5:30.
No.
Asking me for time,
No, dude.
Yeah.
5:45.
Yeah. So it's gonna come out Good Friday. So are you? What can people expect from this project?
They can expect. So I like the majority of the project. It generally has. I mean, obviously it's priorities. So it's me getting a feel for trying things out. So you'll see me being hype. You'll see me being like kind of like more personal. And amidst like all the madness, I'm constantly giving little messages here and there saying like, you know, why are you doing this? You know, why don't you just do this? Why don't you just be you and not put on the act? You know what I mean?
Well, since the name of the project is named Priority.
Yes.
Do you feel like you have your priorities straight?
You know, not quite yet. No, I'm still working on it.
Because I mean, because having priorities is a progress, right? You know what I'm saying? Because I just like life, the music thing is a progress. Like, you know, we all go to progress in life. You know what I mean? And if I have to advise you something, you got to get your priorities straight.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because like having a project called Priority, you know what I'm saying? Especially music, like to be able to make it somewhere out of it, you got to have your priorities straight.
You know, that's the reason why I named the project that, because you and so many other people throughout the year I was making it were constantly telling me like, Dylan, what are you doing? You need to get your priorities straight. Like, this can't continue. And I'm just like, well, shit, I have a title.
So I guess the man is working on getting his priorities straight. Well, you know what I mean? Like, it's great to see, like, you know what I mean, you where you came from, man. I'm always so appreciative of like young people trying to get make themselves better and build something for themselves and get somewhere, like, you know what I mean. And for this, like, you know what I mean, like I gotta give you big props, you know what I mean, for what you're doing, and I'm gonna encourage you to keep doing that, you know what I mean. And the support is gonna be, you know what I mean, there for from podcasts like us, and I'm sure the city, you know what I mean. So it was just like a great pleasure having you on a podcast.
Yeah,
you know
I really
what I mean?
appreciate it.
Yeah, and I'm gonna tell people like, yo, make sure like you check the Priority. You know what I mean? Priority tape coming out, like, you know, the whole album, the whole project coming out next Friday, on Good Friday. Make sure you check it out because it's important. This kid is putting his heart out in it, and then a lot of good music, you know what I mean? So make sure you go check it out. Like, and I mean, like, definitely he's about to get his priorities straight. So like, and if you don't check this shit out, like, you not getting your priority. I'm telling you, like, make sure you fucking prioritize this shit right here. Next Friday, Good Friday. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you get that shit right. And Dee-Tee, like I said, it was a great pleasure to have you on the show.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Thank you.
So like, we enjoy having you, and I'm looking forward to this project. I'll be the first person. Well, if I'm wrong now, I'm gonna try to be the first person. I cannot lie. I'm gonna try to be the first person that download this project. I'm not gonna stream this project. I'm gonna be the first person that download this project. I'm gonna try to be the first person that download this project when it come out, because I got my priorities straight always. You know what I'm saying? So definitely, you know what I mean. Look out for DT's Priority, which coming out Good Friday. That is next Friday. I don't even remember what next Friday date. What next Friday would be, like, what, the
April 19th.
April 19th. So on April 19th, we get Priority coming out by young Dee-Tee. But before we go, it's like, is there anywhere, like, the fans, like new people that's watching the show, they can go follow you or listen to your music? Or, like, I mean, I'm sure you had that single with KG Jay. Where can people listen to that at?
It's on all streaming platforms except for SoundCloud. It's not on SoundCloud.
Okay, and what Instagram, any Facebook, people can check you out?
Yeah, Instagram is where I promote music mostly. It's 519DT613.
Okay, so how do you spell that, DT though?
DEETEE.
Okay, so go check them, man, at DTE. Yeah, so get your fucking priorities straight, all right? So go check them in at DT on Instagram, and make sure, like, when that project come out, you support, because we need to support our young artists in the city. And this young man right here is doing a great job at it. He took it from you know what I mean, from a bad spot, bad situation in his life. He's trying to create something positive, so you can only, like, you know, applaud that and pull for him. So with these words, I must say goodbye to all of y'all. Thanks for checking that OT couch, you know what I mean. Until the next edition, I must say sayonara, au revoir, hasta luego, hasta la vista, baby. I'm out.